taps, coffee brews, we're like, here we go. I'm the broken baker, chat's coming in slow. Lawyers pace, jury sits, the room hums alive. Leaning forward, screens glowing, this is where we thrive. Stream from roll real, chat's the heartbeat, loud and clear. Trials come and go, but we stay near. Crimes up, crimes down, you're always here. Drops, lawyer jumps, tension spikes, we freeze frame, the jaw drop, chats and lower yikes. Not mocking the mess, just sharing the rush. Even silence feels like a crush. We read this stream from roll real, chats the heartbeat, loud and clear. Trials come and go, but we stay near. Crimes up, crimes down, you're always here. So grab your mug, don't be late, the baker's life will set it straight.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. We are here at 27. And welcome to day 3, part 1 of the Baby Bridge case out of Memphis, Tennessee, where we will be, I don't know, they were talking about 27 witnesses in total, and we are moving at a fair lick. And yes, it was a new song because Sue has been yelling, I don't like waffles. So I made a new song, and of course one of the lines are don't be late, and I was late because 2 seconds before I was about to go live, I got a phone call about something stupid that I had to, well, it wasn't stupid, it was just some of my old contacts in politics who really wanted to ask me about some things they wanted to maybe implement in if they get re-elected. So had to talk a little bit to them about it. It's for the veterans. It's just something. No, you never called me about stupid stuff. You always say, where are the best docking videos? And I say, ask Lindsay Gitani. So, no, it was veteran stuff that they want to do. Everything for the veterans, that's nice, but don't do it 5 minutes before I have to go live. And let's jump straight into it because there is a hot microphone that we're going to listen into.
So I think today is the statement day. What does statement day mean to you? Video. Okay. What is statement? All of it?
This is a test for the affiliates. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing for the affiliates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks.
It was a lengthy period of time, some of which included him resting.
Yeah, I don't think that we're going to include the resting.
What do you think we're including?
You're planning on playing possession part of the statement, right?
Yes. Are you not planning on playing the entire thing?
Not the resting parts. I mean, we might fast forward through them, but not where he's just sitting there by himself.
So you will avoid the sitting in the room by himself and resting parts. And start to finish, what do we think the timeline is? You have to plan for 15 people in lunch and break. Also, please be advised, I have a meeting tomorrow with the sheriff at noon. We're gonna have to stop.
Yes, Judge.
Oh,
I believe
early
the
day tomorrow.
statement is just running with substantive. I believe it's roughly 4 hours. There will be stops and starts with the witness,
What witness?
Sergeant Winbush.
Winbush, is that today?
And yes, Judge, we've got 5 witnesses before him. I don't suspect they'll be lengthy, and then we'll be ready to start with Winbush.
And let's go back on the record.
So apparently it's going to be statement day today.
And you're late.
4:30.
Court starts at 9.
Yes, sir. I stopped by one to confirm if there was a.
So statement day, apparently we're going to watch 4 hours of video today. So if you hear as a light snoring, never mind. It's just me. I still haven't packed up my air mattress since Baby Baker was here. So I'll get a few hours in. You want to know why VPN is in Canada? Let's bring that back home. What's VPN? What? Who? Why are you have your VPN set to Canada? Are you an ostrich that tries to get cold? This is how you do it, Brandon. At least 50%. And can someone please get a calendar for anime? There's only one Monday in a week. The rest of them just feels like Mondays. And I don't know if any of you have. I know I have an affinity for watching trash on the Tweed. Is following along in Lindsay Gaetani's resurrection as a heroes, but I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. That girl's cray cray. Absolutely cray cray. She's out here saying, well, she had nothing to do with anything, and it's Kate and Paul O'Keefe and Tully and everyone. If you're looking for redemption, start at your own home first. Say, well, I might have fucked up a little bit. Instead of doing this, well, I didn't do anything. Everyone cheated me. I didn't get... Jen and Kate got the same spa treatment. Well, Kate didn't get her hair washed then. She got stuck with the cray-cray stigma as a child. Yeah, something's wrong with her. And I love that now she's trying. And ladies, can we talk a little bit about you? It's the same. I'm hoping that some woman at some point will do the, I can save him, I can fix him. Stop being so nice, because people are now fighting for her and say, hey, she's actually trying to make amends, and she's trying to say she did bad. No, don't fight for her. Well, she has a right to her story. No. Just until she admits what she did wrong, don't give her any benefit of the doubt. It's you can't fix crazy. You can bang it, but you'll most likely get an STD and 2 slashed tires. Yeah, I was talking about apparently some guy who, I don't know, I don't get all that behind the scenes drama about who is what soccer account and who is hating on who right now. I have my 3 standard beefs, Valhalla, and got him dropped off of both YouTube and the Tweed. Thank you very much. You can thank me later. Santa Claus, he never ever gave me that carrier from G.I. Joe that I really wanted when I was 9 years old. And the Tooth Fairy, because she paid my kids way better for their teeth than she did me. Those are the only 3 beefs I have that I fully acknowledge. I just don't get all these people, oh my God, I got to fight about this guy and that guy. Do you know you can just go outside, or you can watch another trial, or you can do something else? They spend all day trying to figure out who's who and how to shit on who. I don't get people. The women in Memphis are crazy. They will get you locked up before anybody. Only women you got here is your mama. Well, my mama is in heaven, so I'm going to prison then. I'm obsessed with who on Twitter? Well, Jamie, don't you come at me. If there was a Lash Fairy, you would be on her tail as well. I'm not a fan of teeth. That's correctly. That's I don't know. It's a weird phobia, but I have it. And my daughter is really fond of sending me pictures. See, he's gotten a new tooth. Yeah, I don't want to see it. And by the way, Baby Baker is doing excellent. He is in Portugal. That's right next to where Fedorowski was last week. And I'm not saying he has some doink in him, but she sent me a picture of him getting fed yogurt yesterday while eating a vegetable wrap. First of all, who puts vegetables in their wraps? Second of all, the plastic was still on the wrap. So what he was doing was just depositing yogurt all over the plastic. He might not be the smartest kid in the classroom. Mm. Oh, I haven't sent Jamie a link because she was working yesterday, and Thursday she normally works, so I didn't want to disturb her. But I can send her a link, and then she can come on and say, "Did you know the tooth fairy isn't real?" And I can say, "Lies." Yeah, I don't. It's weird. It's kind of like when you have when you talk to nurses. It's only fun when they tell these stories about people who accidentally sat on it. But a lot of times they want to tell all the other horrible things as well. I had a friend who's she used to be a cardiac nurse, and then she got moved to the ER, and she said around Christmas time is where they get especially many of those. Whoopsie! I sat on it by accident. That's I don't know why. Christmas is a lonely time. Yogurt, yogurt, yogurt. I don't usually get super grossed out by teeth unless they are gross teeth or they have a ton of crap in them. So you don't look at the picture of Grant smiling, because that's some of the nastiest teeth I've seen in a long time. I don't think he owns a toothbrush. No, we were late. The judge had something, so it's supposed to start at 9:30. Yesterday they were like 10 minutes, 15 minutes late, and it sounded like she said something to a lawyer who might have arrived late. Court starts at 9. Well, you said 9:30.
I would just like to say, I did a test drive of that and it worked great on my test drive.
Sure, Jan. Judge Hooks, may I see you?
I looked it up. It's Thursday, chest, tries, and shoulders. Now time for some light research. Maybe get out of... Can you find something that's not related to... My challenge for you today, find something that's not related to the North American continent. Big difference between Spain and Portugal. Rain is a lot in Portugal, so it's generally a lot greener. The only pictures I've seen is of the baby in the pool and the baby at the side in his pram looking out over the ocean. She did say 9:30, yes, but yeah. She had a little bit of sass. I like her. Just because it's Canada, it's not foreign. I said North American continent. So anything from America, North America, Canada, none of that. Hey, AJ, 1 year since I gave you Gabby, you are welcome. And sadly, Gabby is not a euphemism for something nice. And everyone, thank you so much, all of you who I sent over to AJ last night, who stuck around and watched, even though Gabby was on screen. AJ is a really cool person. Carmen is a real cool person. And then she has Gabby. And she does cover these older trials where something weird. The trials he's covering right now is, I don't know who the one who did it, but her friend who is a nurse assistant, they were dropping E and then going to a place where there's 69-cent drinks. I haven't been at a place like that ever. Drove home, then the perpetrator drove on, hit a guy. He got stuck in her windshield. And she just drove home and put it in the garage. Called her nurse friend who came over, and he was still alive. And then they went out drinking again. That's why you should follow AJ's channel. AJ find the good stuff like that. I thought August was vacation month. They are there to celebrate the silver anniversary of the idiot's parents. Portuguese people are 10 times better than Spanish people. It's all the same. They're from down there. The judge has a bit of an undignified manner to her, but I haven't noticed any bad rulings yet. I think she's just sassy. But no bad rulings. I agree with that one. You watched that case? Of course you did, Jamie. Yes, and her daughter is willing to drink with Brandon. So Brandon hangs out over there a lot. But sadly, Gabby is there as well. Oh, Brandon, you have an email. Ooh. Someone is telling you to knock it off. Stop making Carmen get drunk all the time. It's probably Carmen's wife who is a little bit upset that every morning she has to listen to her. Oh, I'm hurting. Did it for my mom. So, but I don't know why they started and then went away again. This is annoying. Something. Oh, yeah. Grant Smith Ellis, I think he's happy today because his he filed he was so on the Tweed thread yesterday. He was filing this that he was the only one who sought permission to broadcast the hearing, and the judge was very strict about it. So he was the only one who had the right to do it. Go fuck yourself, Grant. The judge has never ever said anything about it. Yeah, there's a boilerplate. Hey, don't restream that. So is everyone remember that bow tie judge who doesn't stream anymore? All of his videos had don't record, and then he put it on YouTube. YouTube records. Thank you, Marissa, for a saintly son. Let's call it a saintly son. I told him he was a twit or something on Tweed. Yeah, he's I love that he's sitting there, and we were talking on about it behind the scene that he was probably going to try and strike all of us who was in the room, just like Kate Peter did with the last Lindsay hearing. But yeah, this is criminal court, biatch. It's a little bit different. It's an angel, a self-portrait. Well, Lucifer was an angel as well. Whatever happened to the rest of the angels? Because apparently Lucifer got cast out when he led a group of angels against God. But was he the only one who got banished? Or what about the rest of them? I need Jamie to tell me stuff like that. One-third expelled. Yeah, so where are the rest of them? There must have been more than 3 angels. And where have all the cowboys gone? I think most of them can be found with a Bud Light at a bar in Texas where they are having belt buckles and 10-gallon hats, and Monday morning they will be baristas again at the local Starbucks. But they will be cosplaying as cowboys. on Friday nights. Jamie, you're the Bible expert on this channel. You should know stuff like that. And it's Old Testament, so it's a good testament. It's where all the blood and gore is in. There's at least 100 million angels. So if 1/3 got expelled, 33 million angels should be cast out. And only one is running hell. I'm just saying someone counted something wrong. Hey, Kiki, hey. Demons are fallen angels. Yeah, we only hear about Lucifer. That's either he has good PR or it's a smear job. That's I don't. I think they should try and rewrite that part. Well, you got the first part. On Thursdays we do tries because if you want a guy posing like a chick digging by while doing a Dutch tulip windmill, you better be effing swole. Well, still, it's more than one. Wasn't he the favorite angel? I'm not a good. I don't read the Bible that much. I just remember parts of it from when I went to school. Hey, Burger. But no, that's what you get on this channel. Random Bible things that we can't figure out. Maybe I should just ask Rock. Come on. I love it. It's Grok 4 fast and it's really slow. No exact numerical number. Revelations 12:3-4, which describe a vision of a great red dragon whose tail swept away 1/3 of the stars in the sky and flung them to earth. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's the New Testament. I do have the sound on. On Thursdays we do chess because if you want to give her the Danish swing so she'll scream and forget about that ring, your pecs better be effing swole. Good one, Brandon. Danish swing urban dick. How is that a Danish? That makes no sense. They call it the Danish Swing Fund. What? Good one, Brandon. It sounds more German than Danish, but good one.
morning. We sleep okay? Not to tell you how much I appreciate your willingness to serve. Thank you for being here. State of Tennessee, please call your next witness.
State Call Sergeant Smith.
No. This one
Sergeant
is,
Smith, step this way, sir.
it makes me think
Stand
how
at the
it's
top of the
working.
seal, face the judge, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Would you please state and spell your name for the jury?
Justin Smith, Sergeant, Justin-Smith.
And where are you employed?
The Memphis Police Department,
How many years have you been with MPD?
15.
And what is your current assignment?
Homicide Bureau, detective.
I'm going to take you back to February 2nd of 2022. Where were you assigned then?
I was assigned to the Quality Assurance Unit.
Did you become involved in the investigation of the murder case of Danielle Coyle and at the time the disappearance of Kennedy Coyle?
Yes, 2-day-old
Brandon, how is your amount of Danish oil?
infant, Kennedy Coyle was missing. That's correct.
And how did you become involved if you were in quality assurance?
Colonel Jolly, having learned of the missing child,
No, because I would have to set hyperlinks into it, and trust me, you don't want that.
walked through 170 and said, if you weren't busy, come help with the efforts to recover the child.
Was it an all hands on deck situation?
That's correct.
Now, did you end up going to Mud Island?
I did.
And what prompted the search at Mud Island?
Information was received through the investigation that the child may have been at Mud Island.
Now, where were you on Mud Island specifically?
We ended up at a boat ramp on the north side of the island.
And what were the weather conditions that day?
Wet, rainy, and cold.
Now, by the time that you were out there, was it daylight or was it still dark?
It was daylight.
And describe for the jury the scene on Mud Island that morning.
There were several officers. Mud Island is a very long park. I'm sure you all are from Memphis for those who aren't. It's a residential island, sandbar, on the west side. It is a long park, miles long, and has adjacent to the Mississippi River. At the very end of it, there used to be a boat ramp that you could put your boat at the mouth of the Wolf River and sail or boat if you want to. By the time I got there, there were several officers that had been dispatched from precincts, and they were doing what we call a grid search. They were walking the park, attempting to locate what would be the child.
And what agencies ended up converging on Mud Island?
Several. There was, of course, Memphis Police Department. There was Shelby County Sheriff's Department, Shelby County Search and Rescue. There was a search and rescue diving operation out of Brighton, Tennessee, among others.
And you mentioned the grid search, and is that being done by the officers on foot?
Correct.
Were there additional types of searches going on?
There was, they were rallying to search the water. There was also a dispatch. We have drones. Our drones went up, and also the MPD helicopter went up, was checking the shoreline.
And were there also dogs?
There were search and rescue dogs.
And were paramedics on the scene?
There were paramedics on the scene.
And why were they there?
2 reasons. Should anyone become injured in the search, and also should we recover Kennedy and she needed medical assistance.
His shirt looks like one of those you can buy at every farm store, farm supply store. It's always the same shirt they have in those, and then they have them in 3 different checkered panels. Patterns.
I'm going to hand you a couple photographs and see if you recognize them.
Look at the color.
Do you recognize that first photograph?
Yes, this first photograph is the boat ramp, the entrance to the boat ramp. It was locked at the time. It's got a stop sign and it's in disuse, so it's dangerous to go there.
And the second photograph?
That is the actual boat ramp. It's overgrown, but there is a gravel and it's rocky and it goes down. But yeah, that's what it is.
Your Honor, I'd ask that those two photographs be the next exhibits, 87 and 88. And if we could have
Well, Teresa, at least we don't only go after female. Someone was complaining about that we're always disparaging females. We are an equal opportunity disparager on this channel.
that first photograph with the gate as exhibit 87, please. Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, Sergeant Smith, you already told us a little bit about what this is, but now that we have it on the screen, can you describe what we're seeing to the jury?
That's the entrance to the boat ramp.
And moving to exhibit 88.
That's the actual boat ramp. It's overgrown. It looks muddy, but if you were to walk on it, it's rocky underneath. It's just that weeds have overtaken it.
And the water that we're seeing right there, what is that?
That's the mouth of the Wolf River that empties into the Mississippi River.
And I'm gonna hand you another photograph. And before you take a look at that, on that island, was anything of note found?
Yes,
What was found?
a small hat, like a beanie style hat, the kind that you would give an infant child when you release that child from care at a hospital. It was white and it had some design on it.
And if you'll take a look at that photograph, do you recognize it?
I do.
And what is that a picture of?
That is the hat.
Is that a zoomed out photo?
Yes, that's an overall photo of the hat.
All right, ask that that would be next exhibit, exhibit 89. Permission to publish, Your Honor? Okay, so what are we seeing here?
That is the hat. The exhibit placard is marking the hat. It was the only piece of evidence that I recall being recovered at the scene. It's easy to spot because, as you can tell, it's white against a muddy background.
And where are we? Where is this photo?
Somewhere midway down toward the shoreline, right there at the mouth of the Wolf River.
I'm going to show you what's previously been entered as exhibit 14. Do you recognize this photograph?
I do. That's the hat.
Is that a close-up?
That is a close-up photo. Yes.
Now, I'm going to hand you another photograph. Do you recognize that?
Yep. This is an aerial photo.
And is that an aerial photo of that particular area where the Wolf River meets the Mississippi?
That's correct. You can actually see where the Wolf River's water meets the Mississippi water. There's a contrast of the silt. There's also, you can see the
I'm
boat
gonna
ramp.
stop you 1 minute. Officer, Judge, could we enter that as the next exhibit, exhibit 90?
Sorry.
Sergeant.
Thank you.
Got it, sorry.
Permission to publish. Yes, please. Now, Sergeant Smith, describe for the jury what we're seeing here.
My apologies. This is an aerial photo of the scene. You can see the Wolf River emptying into the Mississippi River. Very interesting because of the silt. There's a nice contrast. The parking lot that you see to the left side of the photo is the parking lot for the park. And if you go follow that forward, you'll see that it looks like a washout. That is the actual boat. And then, of course, you see the street that leads to it that goes off to 2nd Street.
Okay. Now, at the time, was there a suspect in the case?
From my understanding, it was.
And who was that?
Brandon Isabelle.
Now, throughout the search, were you receiving different information that was adjusting the search?
Correct. To drive the search and rescue effort, information was being put out to those who were searching.
At some point, did you have information that the child was in a car seat?
That's correct.
And then did that information eventually change?
It did.
Okay. And did you receive information that Kennedy was not in a car seat?
Yes.
Now, as far as, so this was on February 2nd of 2022, is that correct?
That's correct.
And did that search end up having to be suspended?
Yes.
The entire courtroom looks like they have a sunken living room. Your mom will be serving you fondue, and your dad will be smoking while eating and talking about how he slapped the behind on his secretary that day. It's the most 70s I've ever seen.
Why is that?
Weather. It was very bad.
Was there an ice storm that moved in?
That's correct.
Well, I've been stuck at 19,000 for a month and a half, so it's not that close to 2,000. But yeah, got over 19.1 yesterday.
And was the search actually suspended for a couple days?
Yes.
Was Kennedy ever found?
No.
And at some point, did you receive information that there might have been a gun thrown in the river?
Yes.
And was that ever recovered?
No.
Officer Smith, I have a laser pointer now. If you could just point out on the exhibit, you mentioned the
Yes.
boat ramp. Can you point that out for us?
Sure. That's the boat ramp right there.
Okay. And is that the area where the baby calf was located?
That's correct. Almost right about there, a little bit forward a sentence.
And then, is Island Drive visible in this photograph?
That's correct. That's it right there. Island Drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
can
It's
you-
hard to see because it's a reflective, but can you see it right here? That little corner right there is Island Drive. You can see a red car parked there. You see a little red dot? That's where Island Drive moves towards Second Street.
And then that pavement area, is that a parking lot?
That's correct. That large paved area is a big parking lot. It's that way so that you could, well, I imagine park boats there.
Oh, that's the witness.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
The cap, was that found close to the river? How
Somewhat.
close was it?
I didn't make the measurements. That would be a question for the crime scene officer, but close. You could walk there with a few paces.
Okay, so that was as close as me to you to the river?
That'd be an estimation. I wouldn't be able to testify to that.
Were you the one that found the cap?
No, that would be Sergeant Robinson. She's now
Were you there
Lieutenant
when the cap
Robinson.
was found?
Say again?
Were you there when the cap was found?
That's correct.
Okay, so about this far, do you,
I would say it's a fair distance. I would hesitate to testify to the actual distance, but at estimation, if I took 5 or 6 paces, I'd be in the water.
okay, so about 18 to 20 feet,
Sure.
give or take?
Yeah.
That road to that boat ramp, that was off of Second Street, isn't it?
It's Island Drive. That it turns into Second Street if you go to the east.
Okay. Going back to that cap just a moment. Were there tracks down to the cap? Are there any photos of any tracks going down to the cap?
No, it was muddy, but that would be difficult to assess because it was also rocky. So you might not see footprints in that way.
But no tracks or footprints? that
No
were
tracks, no footprints.
Noticeable?
That wouldn't be to my estimation, no.
On the cap itself, were there any DNA tests performed on that?
I would be able to testify to that. My only role was the scene investigation there at the boat ramp. Anything that occurred afterwards would be a question for the case
Okay.
coordinator.
And, but you do collect evidence when you're at a scene, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And you collect evidence for that purpose, would you not?
That's correct.
And that cap was collected.
That cat was collected, yes.
Thank you. 1 minute, please. What was that photo taken, was it?
When was the photo?
When?
When? I can't tell you. I don't know. It wasn't the day of, because the weather, I can tell you right now, is too clear. Also, the weather that occurred beforehand had swollen the Wolf River and the Mississippi River, so that shoreline probably is not accurate.
So where on that shoreline was the hat found? Hat found?
I'll use this laser pointer again. It would be at the boat ramp. This shoreline right here seems that the Mississippi River is significantly lower. There are rocks here that we had to climb down to check this area. So there was no beach. The water was higher.
Okay, so that's just kind of so we can see where the mouth is and where the Wolf River is. where the
Somewhere here.
river is.
That appears to be the purpose of this photo. An overview, correct.
Thank you. No other questions?
I think he pointed over here is where they found the hat.
The state would call Officer Williams.
Officer Williams, come forward. Watch your step. Stand right here, face you, and raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Please have a seat and watch your step.
Would you please state and spell your name for the jury?
That's Dennis Williams. That's Dennis. Last name is Williams.
And where are you employed?
Memphis City Police Department.
And how many years have you been with MPD?
I've been with them for 20 years now.
And what is your current assignment?
I'm in a crime scene division.
And where were you assigned back on February 2nd of 2022?
The crime scene.
Did you make the scene on that day at Mud Island?
Yes, I did.
And what did you do there?
I took photos and collected evidence.
I'm going to hand you four photographs. See if you recognize them.
Yes, I did.
And were those photographs taken by you on February 2nd, 2022 on Mud Island?
Yes, they were.
Your Honor, I'd ask that those photographs be entered as the next four sequential exhibits, starting with
Yeah, finally a cop that looks like he could catch someone.
91. motion? Officer Williams, I'm gonna hand you a laser pointer. All you have to do is press the top button, and it should give you a little red light. I know it's a little difficult to see on the screen. So officer, what are we saying in, this would be exhibit 91?
Okay, this is the boat dock, to Blood Island here, the boat dock here.
All right. And did you take some measurements?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what are those showing us?
It's basically showing, the, I'm not doing this. Okay, excuse me. This is the width of the boat dock and the length as far as where where I found the item here.
Okay. And you mentioned an item. What was the item?
It was a baby calf.
Move on to, this was previously entered as exhibit 87. You recognize this photograph?
Yes,
And did you actually take this photograph?
yes.
And what is this a picture of?
That's the actual boat dock.
And is that a photograph of what?
Jamie, as someone who lives a place where it's cold, you can just feel how cold it is just watching this picture.
No, I love the cold. I love it so much. I miss it.
That's just there's nothing on the trees, and you can see it's been cold and miserable for weeks. That's just
If this is in Tennessee, then they probably, yeah, they're probably dying down there.
yeah, because it's only in the 80s. Oh,
Yeah.
bless my soul, I'm gonna have a cold. I'm gonna get the vapors.
I'm gonna get the vapors.
Yeah.
We were seeing in 91 with the measurements.
Yes, correct.
And then this would be, this was previously entered as exhibit 88. And what is that showing?
That's the, I guess the overall photo of the boat dock from a different angle on top of the hill.
And this would be exhibit 93.
And that's a different angle on the boat dock also.
And the water that we're seeing in the front, what is that?
That's the river. Yes.
I'm not the biggest geographist, but I don't believe there's a lot of mountains near Memphis.
I don't think so either.
No,
I don't
because
know.
the mountain is over on the side of at Knoxville. That's the Appalachians. That's where the Seuss family is from.
God.
Up in them hollers.
And then this is exhibit 94. What are we seeing here?
That's the part of the boat dock that's on the other side of the gate, closer to the river area.
And was the boat dock fairly overgrown in areas?
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna hand
Thank you, John Gary. That was a quick one.
another photograph. you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And what is that a photograph of?
It is of a baby calf.
Right. And was that the baby calf that was located on Mud Island on the boat ramp?
Yes, it was.
Judge had asked that that be the next exhibit, Exhibit 95. Permission to publish. Okay, before we get to that, officer, this is actually Exhibit 94. What are we seeing in this photograph?
That is just a close-up of the boat area. You can't really see, but the calf is actually in that area.
And then this would be Exhibit 95.
Yes, the placard is where the baby calf is.
No, I'm sorry, that's 89. Okay. That was previously entered as Exhibit 89. And that placard is marking baby calf.
Yes.
And then this would be Exhibit 95. And what are we seeing here?
That's a close-up of the baby calf.
And were you directed to the baby calf by officers that were first on the scene?
Yes, I was.
And were you actually working with an additional crime scene officer?
Yes.
And was that Officer Walker?
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna hand you an item and see if you recognize it. Yeah. you can open it. And is there a individually wrapped item in there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, would you take that out? You may need some scissors. Thank you, Judge.
Want me to take this out?
Take a look and see if you recognize the item in there.
Yes.
And what is that item?
It's of the baby calf.
Judge, I would ask that that be the next exhibit, Exhibit 96.
Is that going to be the baby cat?
May Officer Williams sat down and published that to the jury.
They said.
Hearing no objection?
No objection. Officer, if you would take that out of the bag, if you would second that, the jury would show them the item.
Yeah.
Thank you, Officer Williams.
Yikes.
And is that the same baby cat that we are seeing up here in the picture?
Yes, it is.
And did you and Crime Scene Officer Walker collect that cat on February 2nd of 2022?
Yes.
Now, you also tagged some additional items, is that correct?
Yes.
And were those some baby clothes provided by the family for the dogs to smell, to try to get a scent?
Yes, it was.
Those items, to be clear, were not found at Mud Island,
No, it wasn't.
but the baby cat was.
Yes.
hand you one more photograph and see if you recognize it. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And what is that a photograph of?
This is the photograph of Mississippi River from a different angle, closer to the edge.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be Exhibit 97. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Okay, please.
All right. Was the river fairly high that day?
Yes, it was. Oh, sorry.
I'll pass the witness.
Your investigation at the river, that was, February the 2nd. Right, of 2022.
Yes, sir, I believe, that's the date, I believe so.
And was it early or late today? I know you said it was daytime, right?
Yes, it was.
Do you remember if it was early or late?
It was early.
That's what
It was early.
I heard.
Yes, sir.
And looking, please. At Exhibit 89. Let me pass this up to you while they're getting this on the screen. May I approach? Yeah, that's it. Where in that picture is the cap? Was the cap found?
It's in this area, right up in here, sir.
Okay. Now, where would that be on your picture?
Are you actually,
On the photograph that you
oh,
have?
correct, right here.
Okay. And how far from the water? Is that the water that would be
The
the
water.
Wolf River?
Yes, sir, yes, that's what would be that area here.
Okay.
That area here.
About how far away was that cap from the water?
To try and say where the hat was and if it was near the water, probably to try and say, well, he might just have taken the baby down to the water and just had a look at it. Because in this picture, you can see that they say the hat is found here, but the water is down here. But the thing is, this is taken on a clear day, and they claim that the water line was way higher that day, so the hat would have been found at the water line. Again, remember their defense is, well, there's reasonable doubt somewhere. So that's why they are trying to show this, that he didn't go down there and toss it in the water.
Honestly, if I can guesstimate from
Alien.
here, I would say.
Always aliens.
probably about maybe 10 feet, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm not really sure. I didn't get a measurement from the cap to the water.
I'd say probably at least, what, 20, 30 feet?
I wouldn't say that, so, not with the water being that, I would say about 10 feet maybe. I would say about 10 feet maybe.
Okay.
I would say guesstimate.
All right. Thank you. Now, in the close-up that you took of that hat, did you actually take those photos?
Yes, sir, I did.
Were you looking for foot tracks along with it?
No, sir, I wasn't. Honestly, we had investigators and when I got there, there were already officers and other additional people on the scene.
I see. And was it your thinking then that that was the baby's cap, that the baby you were looking for?
This was the information that I was told to take photos of and collect.
Okay. Let me pass you what's previously been marked as Exhibit 95. please. Thank you, Deputy. Is that the cap?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Were there any, like, trees around that cap?
There was
Close,
basically
close around.
this close around it.
Uh-huh.
No, sir, not like immediate on the cap, no, sir. There was shrubbery and debris around the cap.
But it's got a stick over it, I see.
Yes, sir. Well, I guess that's the angle as far as this, because the stick is sticking up here. And that's the angle. If you went around to the other side, it wouldn't be on top of the cap. It wasn't on top of the cap.
Just raised up over the top of it.
Yes, sir, it's kind of like leaning, as you can see.
It's fair to say that the cap is under the stick, is it not?
Not under the stick, it's just the angle of where the photo was taken from.
Let's see, did
So if
you,
I had taken it from the other side, you wouldn't.
This stick is vertical. What is it he doesn't understand? He claims this stick is underneath the hat, but it's in the foreground. That's why the zoom is focused on this stick and not the hat, because the branches are in front of it. Jamie, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Well, from that picture, like the part just looks like it's just sticking up.
Yeah, this is just
Not
sticking up,
over it.
and this one is like a foot behind the stick, because the stick starts down here and then it's vertical, and then so he's trying to say, well, it's the stick is laying on top of it.
Yeah. So like, how did it get there, kind of thing?
Yeah,
It
that's
wouldn't have been. It would have been old or something. Is that what he's trying to say? That's what I'm thinking.
The cap is still clean. It would be filthy if it was there for a while. Exactly, Jess. Exactly.
Yeah, and it being white. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and look at the surrounding. These leaves have dirt on them because it's probably been raining, and the water is going up and down.
Yeah.
This is perfectly pristine on top of all the straw. Well, they are going with the hell. Have you considered aliens defense?
I actually see the stick.
did you do that?
No, sir, I did not. No.
Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you take a picture from the other side to show? A stick would indicate that cap has been there for a while, wouldn't it?
If it was over it, I'm not saying it would have been there for a while. I can't really say that, sir.
Nobody told you not to take a picture from the other side, did they?
No, sir, no one told me not to.
He doesn't need to. Normal people can look at it. No one would take a brand new baby to the river.
To your own personal knowledge, you know how the cap got there.
No, sir, I don't know how.
Exhibit number 91. Can you make it bigger, please? You have measurements up there, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And that's a measurement that you made, right?
Yes, sir, correct.
And so you show the cap. What's that measurement over by it?
The measurement over by,
The cap, where the cap was found.
are you actually here?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize, I don't have my glasses.
I can appreciate that. I'll give you mine, but it makes scary.
But I'm not able to see that, just at this view here, honestly.
I'm sorry, I missed that last.
I'm not able to see it from this distance.
Well, that exhibit, that picture was made so that you could tell the
Yeah, but
measurement.
I'm just saying, I don't have my glasses, so I'm not able to see the measurements from this.
Would it help if you could get closer?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to come up, come over here, look, or maybe up there? Now, try to. What
We-
exhibit is that?
We don't know how he lured her out. We know that according to the newspaper I was looking at, she told her mom that she was going back to the hospital with the baby. We haven't heard about text messages between them about anything like that, I think. Oh, that's what's said in the opening? Yeah, but we haven't heard it about it. What's he trying to do? He's trying to say that the police didn't find the cap where they claimed it did because they have a photo that's taken at a different time where the water level is lower. So it doesn't make sense compared to where the police claim. But just go back to the Karen Reed case. Most of the pictures you saw from Fairview 34 was either from later in the day where it had snowed a lot or months later where there was no snow. And that changes how you see the crime scene. So that's what he's trying to do, say, because they are claiming this is the place where the baby head is found. But the waterline is down here, so why blah, blah, blah. They claim they found him at the waterline. It doesn't add up. But everyone who has ever lived near a creek, a river, a body of water knows that in the spring, in the winter, they swell up a lot. So most likely this is where the water level was that day. So it makes sense. That's why you have a boat ramp that's that long, because in the summertime, when it's hot, you need to drive it down further.
For the record, I'm pressing exhibit 91 to you.
Okay. I know, right? Okay, Okay, so this measurement here is from this is the gate from the boat dock. And that's the measurement from here to the cap, which is 55 feet, excuse me,
How many?
55.
55 feet.
Yes, sir.
And so if you just kind of turn that measurement around and bend it over to the water, that'd be well over 55 feet from the water, would it not?
Well, sir, actually, this photo was taken from Google. So if you notice, it doesn't have a lot of the shrubbery. The reason I took this photo and put this photo up so you can see an overall view of the boat dock and the area. This is an older image from Google, so it's not a up-to-date image of what the boat dock looked like that day. If you can tell, this sunny and you don't see the shrubberies and stuff like that. So, like I said, I just took this photo and so it would actually have the measurements, not the actual boat dock there.
Okay. Now, I'm not talking about the picture of the shrubbery and all right now. I'm talking about the measurements, and that's what this picture was taken for, so you could write
Yes, sir,
measurements on.
but you're asking me about the water. So the water that day that Google photo was taken may have been down. I have no idea. So, but what stays the same is the gate. So the gate never moved. So that's why I took the photos. And that's why I have my measurements.
Okay. So according to the measurements you made on Exhibit 91, isn't it fair to say that cap was way, way, way more than 10 feet away from the water?
Not from that day, no, sir.
Not from that photo?
Not from the day that I took the photo. From this photo here and where the water is, possible. So I'm not able to say from this photo because I don't know what the water level was that day.
Okay. So you didn't do any measurements then from the day of your search?
From the
The
day,
measurements?
yes, sir, I did the measurements for when I took the photos from that day. That day I think it was raining that day, if I'm not mistaken also. So that was the day I took the photos. That's the day I took the measurements in the photos.
I see. And it's, no,
Yes, sir.
thank you. And with it raining, it's also muddy.
It was also what, sir?
It was also muddy, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
Because you got mud,
Yes, sir.
and mud will give you tracks, will it not?
Yes, sir, it was.
Did you look for tracks to show the jury?
No, sir, I didn't personally look for the tracks. No, sir.
One moment, please, Ron. Thank you, officer. No further questions.
Can you redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Officer Williams, so to be clear, this image was not taken on February 2nd of 2022.
No, it wasn't.
This was just so you could give an overview of that area.
Yes, correct.
And in fact, you noted on here that this is not to scale, correct?
Yes, I did.
And so it's your testimony that the cap was roughly 10 feet from the water on that day. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Now, when you photographed the cap, were you moving it around?
No, I wasn't.
And in fact, you took a close-up photo of the cap, did you not?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to show you what's previously been entered as Exhibit 14. You recognize that photo?
Yes.
Is that a photo you took that day?
Yes, it is.
Is that the photograph of the baby cap that you collected?
Yes, it is.
Did you move that baby cap before taking that photo?
No, I didn't.
Did
Where's
you
the
see a
stick on top
over
on
that
it?
baby cap?
No, I don't.
Jesus. So he had another picture he could just have
Now-
looked at.
That's the dumbest
Now,
thing
as
ever.
far as footprints and muddy tracks, Is there a lot of vegetation and brush in this area?
Yes, it is.
I like the
Does
female.
that
I don't like the male
impact
DA.
Ability to find footprints?
I would believe so. Not an expert on that, but I believe so.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
You don't know where the water was that day to make this measurement. Do you? The measurements we were talking about, you're not questioning.
From the baby cap to the waters. which
Yes, I'm not talking about that little stream beside it. I'm talking about to the river.
Are you talking about to the Wolf River or the Mississippi? You're talking about?
Whichever
Okay.
one was closest.
No, sir, I didn't, to answer your question, I didn't take measurements from the water to the cap. No, sir.
So what was the purpose of your exhibit 91 with all the measurements?
It was to show where the cap was located.
And when you took that photo, you had to move the stick. didn't you?
No, sir, I didn't move the stick. No, sir.
Where's the stick then? The other
It's on
photo
another
had the
photo,
stick.
you
That's
absolute
what I was saying.
idiot.
It was the angle of where I took the photo.
It's not on the... Jesus Christ, he's an idiot.
Do you remember that day if you moved the stick?
Let me show you something, Grandpa. Here's a hat. Here's a camera. Here's a stick. In this photo, the stick will be in front of the hat. Let's do this so it looks like a hat. Let's now do something different. Here's a camera. The stick will not be in that photo because do you understand it, Grandpa? How you live in a 3D world so you can move on an axis. He's one of these guys who probably think if I just close my eyes, things disappear. Nothing's in front of me. Oh, where did you come from?
I'm gonna harp on the stick.
Yeah, let's harp on the stick that any normal person can figure out is because why isn't he asking about the evidence placard being in a different place?
Right?
It's so stupid. I'm gonna do the magic for you, Grandpa. Look, the evidence tag is in a totally different place. The other photo, you take it from over here or here. It's Jeepers, Granddad.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Collecting, I secure it, and I place it in by the investigators that they needed.
Would it
The other photo that I took, yeah, sir, when I take the,
do you remember that day if you moved the stick?
I don't move any evidence from anything. I take it the way it is the way it is.
How soon after the photo with the stick on the cap did you take this picture?
It wasn't a stick on the cap, sir. When I take the photo, if this is the cap, and I take the photo of the because where I took the angle, that was a
I
stick
could have saved all
sitting
my
up.
time.
So I took the angle of the photo. So when I got over the cap, I took that photo standing kind of over the cap, so it was a downward angle. So the other photo that I took was at a slight angle. So it showed the stick from that angle being over the cap, but it was not over the cap. It was like this. So it wasn't on top of the cap or anything.
Would it be important for a crime investigator's, crime scene investigator's viewpoint to be able to give whatever evidence you photograph to police for use or whatever further testing they may use?
Repeat that.
Yes, would it be important to you as a crime scene investigator to collect? You actually collect this cap or do you just take pictures?
No, sir, I collected the cap also.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
that's, why did you collect the cap?
I was advised by the investigators that they needed the cap collected evidence.
They needed the cap as evidence.
Yes, sir.
And so that's so that cap could be taken into evidence and eventually show this jury.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, and you don't know if any testing was done on that cap to see whose cap that was,
No, sir.
That's not his job.
or when it got there.
Well, when I collected and I secured it and I placed it in a bag so it's not contaminated, and I tagged it into evidence.
Yeah, Schrödinger's cap. What is he asking him? Do you know how the cap got there? Who left that DNA? That's not his job. It's like asking the doctor who drove the car. I don't know. I just fixed the one who got injured.
Go ahead, please.
State calls Kyle Borland.
Kyle Borland.
Borland, come forward. Watch yourself. Stand right here, face your arm, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Is that safe? Watch yourself.
Would you please state and spell your name for the jury?
My name is Kyle Borland. It's spelled KYLEBOURLAND.
And where are you employed?
I'm employed at the Oakland Fire Department.
Now, are you also part of the Braden dive team?
Yes, ma'am. And for clarity, we were Braden Dive Team at the time of this. We've since transitioned to the Shelby County Sheriff's Office.
So at that time, what was the Braden dive team?
We're a public safety dive team. We specialize in body recovery, evidence recovery, and hazardous materials recovery.
And how many years have you been a member?
Just over 5 years.
And what kind of training do you have?
So I'm trained by ERDI, which is an organization that certifies public safety divers for body recovery and evidence recovery and hazmat.
Now, I'm going to take you back to February 2nd of 2022, where you called out to Mud Island.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall about what time of day it was?
I received a call that afternoon, probably, I want to say around 2 o'clock.
And when you got there, was it still daylight?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you asked to help conduct a search?
Yes, ma'am.
And initially, what were you looking for?
We were told we were looking for a 2-day-old infant that had been thrown into the river, as well as a firearm.
Now, I'm going to show you what's previously been entered as Exhibit 90. Do you recognize this area?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you describe for the jury what we're seeing?
That is the northern tip of Mud Island, where the old boat ramp goes into the Wolf River.
And so what is this right here?
That's the Wolf River.
And then here?
That's the Mississippi.
All right. And then what about right there?
Mighty Mississippi.
That's the old boat ramp.
Now, can you describe for the jury, how did this search work with regards to, let me back up a little bit. Were you actually in the water?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so from a diver's perspective, can you sort of tell the jury how that search worked?
Sure. So when we do a dive, we typically do it in an arching pattern. We put a diver into the water. He has a tether that goes to a line tender on the surface, and the line tender is directing the diver. The tether is actually a comm rope, so it has communication wire in it. He can direct that diver, and we typically do it in a sweeping motion, sort of a semicircle, and the line tender will let out additional line to put the diver further out, or bring line in to bring the diver in, so we can cover a large search area, searching like that.
Can you describe for the jury what it's like when you're underwater in the Wolf in the Mississippi?
That time of year, it's very, very cold. Water temperatures low 40s. It's very dark. You can't see anything. Can't see your hand in front of your face. The bottom is where I was searching is rocky. A little bit of mud and sand as you go further out, but closer to the boat ramp, it's very rocky.
You mentioned that it was cold, the water in the 40s. Were you wearing what most of us know as a wetsuit?
No, ma'am. So we wear dry suits. They're designed to keep you completely dry underneath the suit.
Does it keep you warm?
No, ma'am.
Now, when you're under the water, how are you searching? Are you able to see anything?
No, ma'am. We search with our hands.
And are you receiving direction from someone above the water?
Yes, ma'am. The line tender.
Now, in that particular area of the Wolf, can you describe for the jury what is the situation with the current?
So in the Wolf River, the current that day is flowing into the Mississippi, and I would say it was probably around 3 to 4 miles an hour, the current was.
Is that always how it flows?
No, ma'am.
And how can it sometimes flow?
Sometimes it can flow away from the Mississippi, and the current speed can vary depending on weather conditions.
Now, were you able to, well, at some point, was the search suspended?
Yes, ma'am. It was suspended that evening for inclement weather, an ice storm.
And did the dive team eventually go out a couple days later?
Yes, ma'am, we did. We went out to run sonar, but the first day was the only day that we dove.
Now, when you were diving, did you recover Kennedy oil?
No, ma'am.
And you mentioned that you were also asked to look for a gun. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you recover a gun?
No, ma'am.
Can you describe, as far as the, as far as underwater in that area, what are we talking about as far as the floor of the river?
Mud, rocks, sand, depending on how far you go out.
Are there a lot of crevices?
Yes, ma'am.
Would it be easy for a gun to be in one of those crevices?
Yes, ma'am.
And would it be easy for you not to be able to locate it in those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what it's.
Mr. Borland, how do you use the sonar?
So we use a side scan sonar. I wasn't running sonar that day, but I've run sonar before. It has a transducer that goes into the water and a head unit that sits on top of the boat. It sends out a beam straight down to the bottom and out. So it shows us a side image of what's on both sides of the boat.
Okay, how far out does that image go?
It can vary. We can set it 100 feet. We can set it 75, 50. We adjust it as needed.
Do you know what it was set for this particular search?
No, ma'am, I wasn't running sonar that day.
Okay. But running the sonar, you did not find the gun at the bottom of the river, right?
No, ma'am, a gun would be very difficult to see with all the rocks, even on sonar.
Okay. And you had a general area that y'all believed the gun should be.
Yes, ma'am.
And a gun is heavy.
Yes, ma'am.
A gun is made of metal.
Yes, ma'am.
A gun will sink.
Yes, ma'am.
And you indicated that the water was going 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Was that in the Wolf River or in the Mississippi River?
In the Wolf.
Okay. And was it the same for the Mississippi?
I don't know.
Okay. So did you actually dive into the Mississippi?
Not into the Mississippi. Our search area covered the Wolf River right off the boat ramp.
Okay. So your dive team didn't go to the Mississippi at all?
They went in to run sonar, but not into dive.
Okay. Now, on this day when you came out there, was it still raining?
If I recall, there was a light drizzle while we were out there.
And do you recall it having been raining the night before?
No, ma'am.
You don't recall that?
Raining the night before we went out.
Yes.
No, ma'am, I don't recall that.
And the rain would affect the level of the river, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The more it rains, the higher the river will go.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have.
No rewriting, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may sit down.
Well, Betsy, come back for something else when this case is over. Why didn't he ask him, was the water wet or something? This guy makes me miss
You want to come
Costco.
forward? Watch your step. Stand right here, face your hand, raise your right hand.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Absolutely.
Please have a seat. Watch your step.
Watch your
What?
step. Stand right here, face your hand, raise your right hand.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Absolutely.
Please have a seat. Watch your step.
Pardon?
Good morning.
If you would state your name and spell for the jury.
My name is Hunter.
I'm Jimmy. I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
Winfrey. Last name Winfrey.
Mr. Winfrey, are you part of the dive team?
Yes, I'm a coordinator.
Did you work with Mr. Borland, we just heard from?
I did.
What do you do with that dive team?
At the time, we were with Brandon Fire Department.
This is February 2nd.
This is February, yeah.
Of 2020.
And we just transferred over to Shelby County Sheriff's Department. And I'm dive coordinator there.
Okay. What is it? Were you coordinator back then?
I was.
Okay. What does the dive coordinator do?
Well, it's basically
all repairs, all training, everything responsible for the dive team.
Okay.
Just coordinating everything.
And did you guys, and back then the Brady dive team, get a call out to the Wolf River, where the Wolf River meeting is to be on February 2nd?
We did. We received a call from Director Bartlett in the Shelby County Sheriff's Department. We were doing a lot of mutual aid work for them.
What do you do? What was the call about?
Person in the water is just how we originally got it, and we didn't get the full briefing until we made the scene.
And when you made the scene, did they told you more particulars?
They did.
With respect to what you're looking at? What did they say?
Well, they told us, they had found a hat. They told us where the hat was. We just went through, they were saying they thought they had thrown it in the water from that position. And we just kind of put it together as we always do. What the distance was, how far could somebody have thrown it, just those kind of things.
Okay.
And then we launched the boat.
Is that what you call a briefing about the situation?
Yes, because we're trying to get all the details to find out exactly what we're about to do, see what the mission is.
What's one of your main concerns? And we had a diver that testified. Is diver safety, is that a concern in this?
That's always number one.
Okay. Do you remember what time it was on February 2nd that you guys get out there?
It was early afternoon. I don't remember exactly what time it was, but it was after lunch when we made the scene.
After lunch on February 2nd. If you could describe for the juries how you go about doing the search.
Well,
as a team, because you have folks and divers.
Are you okay, Baker?
And what we do is,
I just love an upbeat witness.
I know.
Morning.
Morning.
Sitting here thinking, oh my God, this is so horrible. And this guy just comes in and he has the best day in the world. He hit all the green lights going to court. They gave him an extra shot of espresso for free, and he's just loving life. It's like Zach when he catches anything over 2 inches. Well, when Zach ever catches anything over 2 inches, he will be like this guy.
Depending on the situation.
Look at him. He didn't even brush his
actually-
hair today. He rolled out of bed and had a good old day.
Yeah, he was like, should I fix it? No, my shirt is wrinkly. It's really ill-fitting at the back. My hair looks like Baker when he wakes up after his afternoon nap. He's doing the thing where he talks with his thumbs. I want to drink a beer with this guy.
I know.
Larissa, get him on the show.
That's a tool and toolbox. And once we got the information, we put boats in the water and we ran side scan sonar because you're trying to narrow down your search area because it's very difficult with side scan sonar. If you think about, and I may be telling you too much, but side scan sonar is like a flashlight and it's shining beams outside from the bottom. So like my fingers are, if there's an object in the water off of the bottom, it's going to cast a shadow on the backside. So once we have something that doesn't look like a normal anomaly in the water, something that's round with jagged edges, it may look like riprap, something that just looks out of the norm, we'll mark that. And when I say mark that, we mark it on GPS or a chart plotter. And once we get that, then we try to triangulate it to get different angles to view different parts of what we're looking at. Because you have to think about the diver. The diver can't see how deep he is. He can't see anything. So his motion of search is just an arm's reach. And that's only one arm because his other arm is on a line that we communicate through. And that's how we keep tight. That's how we keep tight search patterns, is because that's crucial in the water for us to be able to make patterns that overlap so we can cover an area. So we put the boats in the water. That whole area at the mouth of the Wolf River, we ran side scan sonar as well as Shelby County. And we had some things that, a lot of riprap, and there was even concrete matting, which the Corps of Engineers puts down for erosion control. So we were able to identify a lot of that, but there were some smaller rocks that we did mark, and it was just one of those things that you just kind of go, well, let's go ahead. We've got these marks. Let's dive it. Because a lot of times you may not dive. It might not just, we ruled all these things out. But that particular day, being the situation, we had a 2-day-old, we just, we went ahead and dove that. Okay. And when you're talking about the safety considerations, water temp, I think that day was 42. Okay. So we do dive encapsulated. So it's full dry suits, full face mask, hoods, gloves. So, we do have thermal protection, but the water's 42 degrees.
Still very cold.
Yes.
But better than falling in your street clothes.
Oh, absolutely. You'd only have minutes at 42.
You mentioned something. I know what this is, but I don't know if everybody does. You said riprap a couple times.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, you have limestone gravel. Riprap is your big rocks. You see them all along the edge of ditches, drainways. riverbanks.
Are there large riprap? Is the riprap under the water as well, or?
It is. Well, you got to think of them putting it on the bank. They're not hand placing it. So I mean, extra rocks are going to roll off in the water.
Does would the riprap, currents, silt, all those things in the river make it difficult to find a firearm?
Oh, absolutely.
And those conditions, difficult conditions, right? You're concerned about diver safety. Would it be difficult to find a two-day-old infant many hours after she's been thrown in the water?
Yes, and typically an adult and a larger child, when they drown, they go straight to the bottom. An infant throws that other variable in there, two-day-old. You don't have bone structure, you don't have any of that stuff. So the possibility of that infant, floating was great. But like I said, we saw those items and we did a thorough search, at least over halfway across that Wolf River Inlet.
Okay. I'm going to show you on a handful of a few photographs, and you don't have to describe this yet. Just let us know if you recognize those.
Yes, these are.
That's kind of the route you guys searched roughly.
It is, and you'll see the. You don't have that up? No.
Yeah, we're gonna put them up just a second.
Okay.
We're gonna mark down if we could have those marked as the next 99.
Yes, I do recognize.
98 through 100, Judge, I think.
100, Jamie. Oh, this
Yes.
guy is the guy. Every time they have a barbecue at the fire station, he'll take out his old beat down guitar and say, "Well, I strum a little bit, but I don't really." And then he'll make Garth Brooks cry because he can sing. You know exactly, Jamie. This is that uncle that you love when he stops by. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy, and every time he stops by, oh, it's going to be fun today. And your mom and dad is going to be a little angry in the corner because he's the one who snuck you your first bush light and all of that. This guy is the best guy in the world.
Listen,
He's the guy who'll go to a school and let the kids crawl on the fire truck and all of that stuff.
I'm with Kay. I feel like he is the chili champion every year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hot dog eating contest, unbeaten since '98.
Yep.
But he's the guy who'll say, "Well, I have my old guitar. I haven't touched in since last year," and he'll just sit for 2 hours and sing, and everything will sound better than anything that Lady Gaga has ever made.
I love it.
Hey, Major Moon. Joey Chestnut. I don't know what that is. See, a banjo, not a guitar. We don't do much banjoing in Denmark, so.
You don't do much banjoing.
Well, people will pick at a banjo now and again if they are trying to be Southern.
I did a post.
Coon hounds. Yeah, he does. He goes hunting every year.
That little link in there. And just wonder if you could describe what we're looking at here.
Okay, what you see on this now, our particular boat is not in those red lines as you see. This is SAR topo, and this would have been generated in the command post. But all of the boats or all the people on the search actually buy your phone. It's an app that we use that has your position wherever you are at all times when on a mission like this. So you see the circular from the red dot out. Those are just zones that gives us distance. It wasn't obviously our area of search, but you do see the red lines. Those are where those boats went. It doesn't show us at the mouth because at that time, like I said, was it almost 4 years ago? We weren't part of Shelby County at that time, so we weren't on this SAR topo piece of it.
Okay.
So what you're seeing, those red lines, they're all moving about up there. Those are Shelby County boats.
And that red dot right there in the middle of it, what is that?
I'm assuming that that's probably where the hat was found.
Okay.
I'm not gonna object to any speculation.
Okay.
All right.
Same.
We'll next time we do it. But that's the radius of your search radius, those lines that that are coming out of the circles? Or is that?
No, not our search, that's not our search radius. Wherever you have a pinpoint, that's gonna be, it just tells you distances from that point. As you can see where it says diver cleared, that's the part of the mouth and the area of where we cleared. We didn't do anything behind it, except the boat ramp in that area.
Okay, we got the next, you can tell us what this is.
That's, is that several days later?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, it's February the 6th.
Okay, so we had at the end of our mission day, I mean, it got dark on us. We had that ice storm moving in. So we didn't do any of the dive operations from that point, but we did go back down, and what you see the red lines also, those are boats doing their search patterns. Basically, at that point, we're looking for, any items on the riverbank, anything that's questionable, anything floating.
We got the next one. That is
Of course, the river was on a rise too. I mean, it was big flow coming out of the Wolf and on the Mississippi
have there
River.
been some storms recent to that?
I don't at all.
And this is the final, I guess, search is this February 6th. I see February 6th in the middle of the photo.
Oh, okay, yes. Same thing. And that may be, was that the same page to a different picture?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, I think it's just the same thing.
And those are boats. Those are the path of boats searching for things on the Mississippi River. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Were y'all ever able to find the baby, the infant,
No, we didn't find any.
or a firearm?
No.
Thank you, sir. No further questions.
Just to be clear, these red lines, are those from your boats or from Shelby County boats?
Shelby County boats.
Okay, so you weren't actually on any of the red
No, ma'am.
lines?
No, ma'am. Not at that time.
What you're testifying to is purely based on looking at a diagram, that you kind of know what that diagram is
No,
about?
I was there. I mean, I was there, and I know what this diagram is. It's just that particular day, we didn't have that app on our phone because we weren't functioning at Shelby County. We were there as a mutual aid role, as a request. So we didn't get, we weren't tapped in. They knew where our area was of search, but we just weren't on this map.
Right, so none of those red lines are y'all?
No.
And the diver cleared area, was that y'all or was that Shelby County?
No, that's us.
Okay, so that portion of it is what y'all searched?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, one moment. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. You may sit
All right.
down.
We've got a state calls Andy Tweed.
Mr. Tweed, come forward and watch your step. Stand right here, face you on, and raise your right hand.
Morning.
Morning.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat. Watch your step.
Good morning.
You would state your name if you could spell it for the jury and the court, please.
Andy Tweed.
I know Brandon isn't here right now, but that's horrible. Striped shirt and then this pattern on the tie. Is he trying to
Yeah, he
make an
should've-
optical illusion?
I know. Should just went with a plain white shirt.
Yeah, if either a plain white shirt or a plain tie if you want some stripes. I know his wife gave him this shirt and said, "Oh, you're getting up there, but you're still my young beau. I remember when I met you back at high school, and you can pull it off. But honey, at the office, we only wear white shirts. It's kind of a thing for us police officers. Nah, honey, you're young and still. I get you this with a slight lilac stripe. It's gonna look so good on you. And you know what they say, stripes are slimming. But honey, everyone at the office says, what the hell's wrong with you? Been to prison? Wearing your prison uniform? Well, we're just gonna fix it up with this nice here tie, you know? Everyone in this courtroom has either had a tie from the 80s or the early 90s.
Oh my God, your stinking accents.
The collar is not made for having a tie on either, because it's it looks like halfway between the normal color and the, do you call them Chinese colors as well, where they're sticking up, not folded over? We call them Chinese. That's might be
Chinese
racist.
colors.
ANDY,
And where do you work?
I just retired from the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Make myself jealous.
Worked for them for 32 years.
Okay, and what do they do?
We enforce all the wildlife and boating laws in the state of Tennessee. And I was assigned to Shelby County and been here for 32 years and spent most of my time on the Mississippi River enforcing the wildlife and boating laws.
Did you guys get a call to search for a baby, an infant in the Wolf River, Mississippi River area, and a firearm back on February 2nd, 2020?
Yes, we did. We actually got a call from TBI requesting our assistance.
How long have you been doing this type of work?
Been doing this.
A Chinese color, because remember when Chairman Mao had those shirts with it's where it's the collar isn't folded over, it's an upright collar. Call that a Chinese collar.
Since 1993.
And you've learned a lot about the river over these years?
Yes, sir.
How have you learned about the river?
Learned actually just being on my own on the river the whole time. And we checked the commercial fishermen out there. We checked the duck hunters, the deer hunters, and assist our fisheries department in sampling for fish. So the average week, I'm on the river 3 days a week, 4 days a week.
Have you taken classes or any type of things like that to learn about the river?
I did. When I was in college, I got a 4-year degree in wildlife biology. And when I was in the summers in college, I was a fishing guide out in Yellowstone Park. And in order to be a fishing guide in Yellowstone Park, we had to spend 2 weeks doing the first aid classes and the Red Cross classes. And the Coast Guard, actually from the Columbia River Basin, came and taught us about inland waterways and search and rescue and things of that nature.
Have you been on a lot of search and rescues
Yes.
over the years?
Yes.
About how many?
I would say on the Mississippi River and McKellar Lake, roughly 30.
Searching actually for bodies?
Yes, 30 to 35.
Have you trained people on river searches?
I have.
Have you trained people to search for bodies on the river and bodies of water?
Yes.
Can we tender Andy Tweed as a expert in river search and rescue and recovery?
May we approach?
Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
How are you? Good. I like these people. They're nice people.
No, you're perfect.
It's not like Massachusetts where everyone is kind of a cundish. These are happy-go-lucky people. Jamie, I think you would fit good into the South.
Oh,
Well,
I
it's
know
not
I
as-
would.
It's not as
I also
cheese-based
love
as Wisconsin, but still.
But I love my Midwest.
The 2nd of February 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
For a baby, an infant. Do you remember what time that was?
Roughly 10 o'clock in the morning. I think we probably got the call about 9, had to go get a boat, and I met 2 of my sergeants and an individual from TBI. And like I said, the request came from TBI to get a boat and help them look at, it was my understanding we were looking for an infant and a carrier or both. And after an hour and a half or 2 hours of the search, we were all the way down to what they call the economy boat store, which is below the I-55 bridge, when the gentleman from TBI got a phone call and said,
Objection to hearsay.
Your response?
Did you? I'll ask.
Sustained.
Did you learn anything that you acted upon?
I mean, we didn't find anything.
Jamie, we just lost our
Did
entire
you take
New
any action as
England
a result of a
audience.
phone call?
Yes, I took the TBI agent back to the boat ramp where the original crime scene was.
If you could tell us about how the currents work on the river and all that sort of thing. If you could.
I can. In that particular area is a boat ramp, is what we call the north boat ramp of Mud Island. And on the north side of the boat ramp, the Wolf River jumps into the Mississippi River. If you'll go north of that, up the Mississippi River about 600 yards, you have a place called the Lucy Woodstock Terminal. And from that point up to about Jimmy T. Woods, the river is about a 3 or 4 mile stretch that the currents flow directly into that.
I can interrupt you. This might help you.
Yeah, absolutely, be great.
If I can fast forward this. Yeah.
It's the what?
I'm sorry. It's the defense has it. It's guilty. Tell us what it is.
Okay, this is a flash drive, and it's a picture of the Mississippi River.
Thank you.
This is actually a video.
The video. Yes.
You actually got that numbered as the end of the next number.
And this envelope is labeled
This
River
would be
Video.
101.
Exhibit 101. These are your initials.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, just checking.
Publish,
Yes, please.
Mr. Tweed, if you could just let us know when to pause it, because that will help you better explain to the jury how things are working.
All right, you can pause it right there. Okay. All right. This location right here, you see the muddy water coming into the Mississippi River. That is the Wolf River, where it dumps into the Mississippi River. That barge is hooked up to what they call the Lucy Woodstock Terminal. Just upstream from that is where the majority of the current comes in, and it goes underneath that barge. It goes right down the Mud Island revetment area right there. And as you get south of the boat ramp right here, the current starts to go back out towards the main channel and underneath the I-40 bridge.
Okay. I see. This is obviously wasn't taken the day of, correct?
No, sir.
Was the water level different the day of?
A little bit. I think it was a little bit higher than this.
Why is the water different?
Apparently, you got two different colors, and what you've got, the Wolf River, apparently we've had a rain event upstream, and that's what's causing it to be muddy and very viscous.
Do the currents coming out of the Wolf and the currents going down Mississippi, do they kind of clash in some way?
They do. They do.
Does that create some turbulence?
It does.
If you could tell the jury, well, I want to ask you, are the currents deceptive in these rivers?
Absolutely, they are.
I don't know if you know this, but do you know what the water volume is running down the Mississippi or down the Wolf River?
I don't.
Object to his qualifications on testing something that requires scientific information.
I was asking if you knew.
He asked if he knew. If he doesn't know, I will allow him to answer overruled. If you don't know, you don't know.
No, ma'am.
That's fine. And you indicated that there are sandbars and things like that.
Yes.
In the river. Can you tell us a little bit about the sandbars and the currents and how that works?
All right. The river is constantly changing. Every day it is changing. And of course, the Corps of Engineer has to come in and dredge and keep the channel open, and they put new dike revetments in all the time. So that changes the navigable waterway or the.
SAC can't go to the Wolf River then, because they have dike prevention.
Channel itself. So it is a changing river every day.
The water was very cold on February 2nd, 2022?
Yes, I would say between 38 and 42 degrees.
What would happen to, say, an adult, if I fell in right now with my...
You want to have a approach?
Pardon me, again.
Because a lot of people will try and see if, well, maybe we can swing it, but with the defense they have put up so far, that most of it is just, well, the water wasn't that high that day. I don't know why he didn't take a plea.
He's an expert. He indicated he has significant knowledge in rivers, the currents, the action that the river would have on a body. We have a case here where a body was thrown in the river. We're asking him what might happen to a body that was thrown in that river on February 2nd, 2022.
I will sustain the objection. Go ahead, please.
Would it be difficult to find a body that was thrown in the water?
Absolutely would. A body of that size. We only recover in the adults maybe 60%.
Would it be difficult to find a firearm that was thrown in that water?
Extremely.
Do you think it's likely you find a firearm thrown in that water?
It would be extremely difficult.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
I've been a wildlife officer, is an officer Tweed.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate your work back there.
Thank you, sir.
But on February the 2nd, 2022, you didn't know whether a body had been thrown in that river or not, did you?
I did not. No, sir.
And you didn't know if a crime then had been committed at that spot.
No, sir.
Why did you call the crime scene then to the jury?
When we got there, it was already a crime scene.
That's place for
Yeah, the police were there and they had the ambulance and the fire truck and all that.
That's it. And did you find anything?
No, sir.
And you searched in the water?
We searched the bank. We were looking, as I told you earlier, we were looking for either a body or a carrier, a little baby carrier. And I went to every known location where you have a little bit of an eddy water where that would have washed up.
So you had a crime scene with no evidence?
Yes, sir.
Of crime?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Can you redirect?
Yes, ma'am. You weren't out there on a ski trip, were you?
No, sir.
You got information there was a body in the river. That's why you were out
That's the,
there.
absolutely, that's the information that I got, and that's what we were looking for. But no, sir, we did not find it.
So you had no evidence. Found no evidence.
I found no evidence. No, sir.
Thank you. You may sit down, and
We did.
congratulations on your tax.
Thank you very much.
I don't, at that, sorry, I forgot your name. The one who was local. Both of these rivers, I know the mighty Mississippi is a massive river that runs all the way from Chattanooga into the Gulf of America. But both of these rivers look, and especially in February, like they are having a ton of water running through them. So if you toss let's do an average baby. What's that? 6-8 pounds? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was 11 pounds when I was born, so I was a little big. But
Like
let's
8.
just say 6-pound baby. It's going to be swept way out of that picture we saw before it ever settles on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you these guys they have to have a lot of lead on them to even get down to the bottom, because you could see how the Wolf River is depositing all of that silt into to the Mississippi. There's a lot of water coming through that system. That kid's gone.
Mhm.
8, 4, and 7, 6. Yeah. So Mississippi runs from Minnesota to New Orleans. It bisects the entire country. Chattanooga to the Gulf of America. I have to teach all you Americans about geography. No baby was ever found. No weapon was ever found. But just imagine how much the bottom of that river changes in the wintertime with all the rainfall, when the snow melts off and it runs from all the by rivers into Mississippi with all the sludge that it's going to deposit downstream. There's no chance to find such a small baby. It's different if it's a bigger person that can get stuck on some some branches or some rocks or something. But a 2-day-old, it's probably the size of a football. It's gone. You can look at the coast of Mexico and probably find it down there.
Yeah.
Someone else did it. Do we know it was him? Is the defense.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, hey, keep an open mind.
Yeah, and no baby was ever found. So how bad can it be?
Yeah.
And for those who talked about the Miles King case, that was Betty Swallows earlier, they kicked the can as always in Massachusetts.
This might be a good breaking point.
Yes.
Time for y'all to eat again. Don't be so excited.
So we're on break. I didn't have to stop it. But no, for those of you who are new to the case, this is a case where the mom had just left the hospital. As I understood, her mother, she had been home in about an hour. And then she says she has to go back to the hospital and do something. Allegedly, that's where she meets with her baby daddy, who is not her boyfriend because he's separated from his wife in an on and off relationship. Jamie, he gave her a promise ring. You know what that means. With his girlfriend. And then he banged this lady and tried to get a mismotion. He already has one kid. This lady had one kid and his girlfriend had one kid. Yes, parent of the year material all over the place. Yeah. But she goes out to meet him, and what really got to me wasn't the baby hat. I can disassociate from that. It was all the baby gifts on the in the footwell at his back seat. That was just, I was thinking about that when I couldn't sleep yesterday.
I missed a lot yesterday. What about the baby gifts?
At the the footwell behind the passenger seat, there were two
Yes.
bags with stuff for a baby.
Oh,
So it seems like he was going over there to give it to her, and then because he had that off again girlfriend who didn't want him to have another baby, he probably thought, yeah, I'm just gonna fix it because no one's gonna look at me.
yeah. He just said she didn't want any drama from him with all these kids he was fathering. And he's like, well, let me just take care of this problem, then she'll be with me. Like,
Yeah.
really, guy? Did you think that was the best idea?
Dawn Marie from West Bromwich, you're welcome. We are a kind chat group, most of us. Not mentioning any names because it'll just land me in trouble as always. But not mentioning any names this time because she'll get mad and yell at me. I'm very confused about bringing the baby back to the hospital. I don't think it was true. No, it wasn't true. It was her story to her mom, probably so she didn't have to say, well, I'm going to meet the baby daddy. But that's,
Yeah.
and again, we haven't heard anything. They mentioned that he lured her away with the baby gifts in the opening, but we haven't seen it in writing yet or heard anything. I haven't picked it up at least, but maybe she wanted, because the mom didn't like this guy, so maybe she wanted to keep it secret, go out there and say, look, this is your baby girl, but he was at the hospital with her. That's the thing I don't really get. So why is he? Yeah, I know people don't think rationally, but it's still.
Oh,
Ugh.
That's it. That's exactly what probably happened because they're probably having problems. Obviously, he was seeing another woman and all this stuff. And she's probably talked so much crap about him, and the mom's like, nah, you're not gonna hang out with this guy.
Yeah.
So.
But again, it's just a horrible case that you think but we see it so many times. They think, oh, I'm just gonna fix my problem by going out and planting a bullet in someone's face. What do you think would happen? You have blood on your slides. You're driving around in the area where you have your phone on. Well, I have a channel built on dumb people, so I'm glad. Did he admit to throwing the baby in the river, or did they just suspect he did? Well, not for Plum. We haven't heard it yet, but we will today. They talked about playing some tape. Is this the lunch break? Did I miss that? I don't think so. Yes, it is. It is the lunch break. They'll be back at 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, sorry. So we need to get to the not being streaming part, so we can. What time is it? It's 12:30. We can go a little bit longer. He did confess, and we're gonna hear probably interview tapes later today. They talked about 4 hours. So there might be a confession on tape, but they tried to get that confession taken out, claiming it was unconstitutionally obtained. And the judge said, no, I will allow it. So we don't know. We haven't heard anything about it. They didn't mention it in the opening statements that he admitted to doing it. So I think they're going to play the tape and maybe let the jury get the smack in the face where he talks about, yeah, I took her by the leg and tossed her in the river.
Oof.
That's going to be one of those things you will never be able to come back from, no matter how good your defense attorney are saying, well, he was under duress and stuff like that. Hearing someone say, I took a 2-day-old in the leg and tossed him in the river. I'll bet that's a pivotal moment you can't come back from. Let's play this one straight, right down the middle. The only reason I show up in this chat is to drink and duck, and I'm done. Diankin. Diankin. So go to Brandon and help him drink because he stopped drinking. So now he has to start drinking. Of course, Stu has started drinking.
He is cooked. That's all I know.
Yeah, I don't think because the defense so far, the defense will always challenge the constitutionality of a confession. It's routine. Yeah, but I was reading the papers to try and figure out on what basis they were challenging the constitutionality. Sleep deprivation, he was cold, he was warm, all of those normal things they do. And I couldn't see anything about what they claimed, but the judge said, no, it's fine. So I don't know what but that will come up. They'll probably take a sidebar before we hear it. So I don't know what they claim is the big old problem in this one. But we'll see, because I think the rest of the day will just be us watching interview videos, but that's fine.
Yeah, hopefully it's good audio. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah. Well, it's been great audio so far from the trial, so don't be a Marissa and ruin it.
I'm not trying to.
No, but
But when they play videos.
Yeah, sometimes that's not good.
Yeah. So we'll see.
You want to see what my daughter asked for her birthday gift?
Let me see. Did you get it for her?
Yeah.
Oh, she really wanted.
She wanted some dad swag in pink, so I had to make a pink hoodie.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. She got to
So
choose
wear
it
her
herself and
daddy
everything.
swag.
So I bought a T-shirt for Baby Baker as well.
That's cute.
Not pink, but royal blue.
Yeah. I love blue. That looks like a comfortable hoodie.
I hope it is. Well, I have one of their hoodies and it's pretty good, but the elastic is not that great. I'm a good dad. No, well, I don't know. My other daughter wanted a book about knitting, so I gave her that. Yeah, having Sue help you stop drinking is kind of like, I don't know. Have Pablo Escobar tell you about how drugs are bad, okay? You have an Always Be Grifting t-shirt as well, hoodie as well. That's cool. Well, I don't know if she wants to brag. I don't know if they ever talk about that, Dad. But I was down getting new glasses because apparently when you're 27, you need that. What do you call it? We call it multiple strength. Where the yeah, well, just with the not where you have that very clear pad, but just
yeah, they make them nice now that you don't have that little.
Yeah, but I had to have that because my phone is getting too small, and and I was talking about it. I said it's just weird because I never wear my glasses in my everyday life. I can most of what we're doing I can see without glasses. And she said, well, that's because this is the perfect length. She had the same at her workstation where that's the perfect length. Everything works. I said, how is it when you watch TV? He said, yeah, when I read oh, I want to watch this on HBO. What the hell is that? I said, it's getting a little small. She said, yeah, you probably need new glasses. So don't tell Marissa she was right.
Oh, Marissa.
We are on lunch break, Sarah and Luke. So we will be leaving now. Go get yourself some dinner. I'm gonna make some wraps, I think. I got a nice cabbage mix with some. Do you call them red beets?
Are they beets?
Yeah, but the red one
Yeah.
that, like 10 years ago, every girl was drinking that juice because it's really good for you.
I don't eat that crap. You know that. You know this.
Well,
I
I
did
hope
juice
like
for a while, so that was an experience. And everybody
very
was juicing.
focals. Very focals. Is that what it's called? Mm-mm-mm. Well, I don't need it for my streaming, Marissa. So you didn't tell me. It's just for my everyday life. I need new glasses,
My everyday life.
and I like to go. I was about to get them in that green color you have on the house in your thumbnail picture.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to. Should I get glasses that green? But I thought, nah, it's a little too. I like having those bright colors, but I would kind of look like that fat guy on Court TV with the small pink glasses.
You will look so much better. And I was gonna say, yes, please, Baker, get some fun frames. I love fun frames.
Hey, Luna, how are you doing? No, I went. I went Michael Caine, so I'm just gonna get some bigger ones.
Can you get more than one? Because usually I'll get like a black that can go with everything, and then I get a fun one. So like,
Well, I could, but I didn't want to. I went to a new optician.
optometrist, yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't had new glasses in 5 years, and the place I had used to be part of a chain. They're not part of it, and I really like because I like Oakley's, and the chain had Oakley's, but now they don't anymore. And then there was another. I went down there, got a quote, and they wanted 15,000 Danish for a pair of glasses. Then I went to this one and I paid 5,100. So yeah, that was a little bit cheaper. So that's like what, $800 compared to $2,400 or something like that. So I'm gonna try it, and I think I have like a grace period where I said, okay, I want a pair of sunglasses or something like that as well, because I don't know, optometrist.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do, Marissa.
But it's also because I'm gonna have those where I have the reader part in them, and I haven't had that before, and I know it's kind of weird. You have to learn how to walk with them on and stuff like that. So that's why I said no. I'll wait and see how it works, because if I can't, my brain can't adjust to it. I have to go back and just have normal glasses and then have a pair of readers next to it. So that's why I didn't want 2 pair of glasses, because progressive lenses have multiple prescriptions. Yeah, I have a reading, then they have the middle distance and then the far distance or something. I don't know, but it's fine. 800 for glasses. Yeah, I think 800. I don't know. I do the quick turnaround in my head.
Yeah, I don't know how much it costs for like all those fancy lenses like that. I'm just a normal blind person.
I paid $797 for my new glasses, and the quote I got was for $2,300. So I did the math pretty good in my head.
Yeah.
So I would rather take the cheaper glasses, because again, I don't wear them all the time and stuff like that. So, and I never really even went about more expensive glasses. They didn't fit me better, and they didn't make me see better. So why the hell should I pay 3 times the amount? Sometimes you move and you can't pack, and your wife just throws your glasses out. I'm sure that happens to everyone. I think she's trying to kill you. She's got enough.
I think so too.
I get we have something called Denmark. That's like you pay into it and it'll be a kickback, but it'll still be probably like I'll pay like $650 for my glasses. And I'm not getting the bougie ones. I got the frames. Well, it was, I would say, middle tier. Nothing fancy. Absolutely nothing fancy.
The bougie ones.
Had to get trifocals and Tom Ford frames. Worth every penny. Love them. Yeah, and that's why I liked Oakley's, because Oakley's felt good. The last 3 pair of glasses I've had was Oakley's. My sunglasses are Oakley's. I just got an Oakley's sunglass frame and popped some normal glasses in it because I like Oakley's, because I have a really big head. So I don't like that feeling. And Oakley's are pretty good at it. So I have to see. I have to try and adjust to it. $250 with good insurance. It's just, but Denmark is crazy expensive. I could get the, hey, this is your what strength you need in it, and then I could go and buy it online. But I like to go to a store, get it fitted. Okay, this works. This doesn't work. We need to change that. I don't like doing it online. Front is misaligned, and the brakes have an unusual amount of wear on them, so I'm sure we'll be cutting the cables next. Brandon, maybe take her car the next time. Say, well, honey, I have to go. I'm going to wash your car, and then let her drive. If she doesn't want to drive your car, someone is. You get the blue light filtered ones. I've heard that it's bullshit that it doesn't work. Your eyes doesn't get better. Oh, maybe I should get a certain famous streamer. I should get a pair of colored glasses for streaming, Jamie.
Mm-hmm. I do like the blue light. I've gotten them on my glasses one time, and sitting in front of a computer all day, it definitely.
Luna says it doesn't. Akasha says it works. I think it's very placebo. Because you put them on, you have them. It's my screen glasses, so it works because you have your screen glasses on. But it's probably a placebo where you feel, oh, this works really well. But I also have my screen set to do the night light on 2 of them, and less blue light and stuff like that. So it's probably different. After I got the new computer, I haven't set it up, and I can feel like yesterday where I'm streaming till 11:45. I couldn't sleep after because you get so much light. So yeah. Recovery addict just got blue lights. You say they're getting rid of his headaches. It could be, but I've heard it both ways. Let's just say that. I think a lot of it also has to do with what type you are and how you normally sit and how you have your screen set up. He has so many different light sources. I think that could also potentially be why he gets the headaches. I have all of my light in front of me, but he has his laptop here. He then has, I don't even know what that board can do. Then he has his big board in front of him. Then he has his OBS running on the screen over here. Then he has 2 screens in front of him, and the light. There's a lot of light in his room, and a lot of light sources. So it could also be that you get a little kaflumblumblumated if there's too much motion going on in your periphery. I don't know. They don't help Boober. Yeah.
Yeah, and they help me a lot.
I'm dyslexic and use green paper at uni to cut down the glare. Oh, I never heard about that. The blue light also helped with road glare at night. We have something that's called driving, something that you can put on to make it easier to see at night. That's not blue. That's a different thing. So again, all of this, I don't know how much is upselling. I just get them with lightweight glasses, and they're not gonna scratch if I touch them with a feather. Yeah, but again, it's also very different from how you react to it. My daughter works in an office and sits in front of a computer a lot, and she was actually back when she was an apprentice looking at getting them. She has no correcting, no reading glasses, no nothing, 20/20 or whatever it is. But she was just looking to try those blue screens because she gets migraines. But then she had someone at the office who did it and said it doesn't work, but maybe she should try them because it can work. I don't know. I am a dumb baker and a big faker. I'm a baker, I'm a faker, I'm a grift maker. Join me later when we go for round 2 in about an hour. This car just has cameras and yells at you if you aren't paying attention. So it's like having your wife with you 24/7. Try use Grok voice mode. It's exactly like being married. When you tell her, stop, don't answer me. Well, I am built to answer. No, stop. Okay, but I am supposed to answer. Stop, stop. It's like having a wife talking to you. I need glasses that will cure the blindness in your left eye. I'm not sure you can get glasses that can cure blindness. Sorry to say it. The lighter color your eyes are, the more sensitive your eyes are to the lights. So I should have a very high sensitivity because I got blue eyes, baby.
Your baby blues. Gotta protect them.
Yeah, I have 2 recessive genes, white hair and blue eyes. Not a lot of us around. The only, well, there's 2 groups there's less of. Albinos and gingers. And only one of them, that group, has a soul. Jamie, join me later if you have the time for it.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't have cared.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there.